Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the Mental Wellness channel with Waihiga. If you're new here, welcome. I hope that you stick around and take a listen to what I have to say. Today I'm going to be reacting to some videos that I find about alcoholism on the internet. So, before I get into the videos, please subscribe, please like my channel, please share these videos extensively. We are growing, guys. Thank you so much. Let's get into the video. So this guy is basically going to be talking about what is a scam in our society, and that is obviously alcohol. Let's take a look.
What's a scam that's become so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scam anymore?
Drinking alcohol. It's literally the only drug that you actually have to defend yourself against. And it's in every show, it's in every movie, it's in every song. Everybody talks about it. It's at every social event. And if you tell people you don't drink, they think you're weird, they think you have a problem, they think you're crazy, they think you're a loser. They'll actually make fun of you. They think something is wrong with you. They think you're not fun at parties. They think you're a Debbie Downer, right? But people don't do that for heroin or cocaine. That's the mass hypnosis that the world is under with alcohol.
So that's really true. When it comes to alcohol, everybody throws a big hoopla. Oh my gosh, you don't drink, you don't drink. Yeah, I don't drink. Also, I'm an alcoholic. It's not a big deal, you know? Alcoholism it's a big deal, but it's not a big deal. I'm an alcoholic. It's a very serious disease. It's a very fatal disease. Obviously, it's a fatal disease. And it is tough. What I don't get is why people consistently question you trying to better your life. I don't drink anymore. I haven't drunk, by the grace of God, for 5 years and 8 months. I was separated from alcohol. You know what I mean? And when people are like, oh, but why don't you drink? Is there something wrong with you? Yeah, there's something wrong with me. I'm allergic to alcohol. Every time I pick up a drink, I ruin my life. I ruin the lives of others. I have no control whatsoever over what I'm going to do, where I'm going to end up. I travel. I cross regional lines. I cross state lines without any consciousness. I don't want to travel, but I end up traveling when I'm drunk. I say things I don't mean. I do things I don't mean. I do things I don't want to do. And I continue drinking. I cannot stop. I absolutely cannot stop. So the cure, there's no cure for alcoholism, rather. The only way to manage this disease is by staying abstinent. And by staying abstinent, I need God to do that for me. When someone gets off heroin, which is very hard to do, nobody questions them. When someone gets off cocaine, nobody gets on them about why they did that. Alcohol isn't looked at as a deadly drug, yet it is. I'm not one of those people who says ban alcohol. We all know how that prohibition thing went in the States. It didn't go well. People will always look for ways to come up with illicit brew, with black market alcohol, which is very dangerous. People will make their own alcohol. We have that in Kenya. It's called changa, very cheap alcohol. So there's no ways you can ban alcohol. You can't get rid of alcohol. It's here and it's here to stay. You can't also regulate it. I don't think you can really try to regulate it. When it comes to alcohol, it's honestly each to their own. But when someone is trying to get out from that lifestyle, the worst thing that you can do is try to knock them down. Let them go. An alcoholic trying to get out of that pit full of other alcoholics who are drinking, it's like crabs in a bucket, One person is really trying to do their best to get out of that environment, and then everybody's just there, looking down on them. It sucks. That's why you have to cut off everything that reminded you of alcohol. When you're getting sober, the people, the places, and the things that reminded you of booze. I had to do that. I had to get rid of everyone. Thank goodness I did that. Otherwise, I could not have gotten sober. So in the next video, this guy's going to be talking about how he has liver cirrhosis. This is interesting.
I got cirrhosis in 2017. I drank for 20 years. At the end, I was drinking a handle a day. When I'd get up, I just had a drink. I go work out for an hour, even after drinking a pint. By 3 or 4, I could be close to a handle. We retired young. We got a little lucky. My wife, she passed away the day before Thanksgiving in 2015. We both had cirrhosis. She would turn green and yellow, her eyes. I never got that far. But I ended up with end-stage cirrhosis. Was in the hospital for a month, had an esophageal varice, made it out. I hadn't drank in 964 days, man. I'll see my wife soon. I have a 23-year-old son. Y'all are following me now. Starting to see me, a lot of y'all are starting to eat healthier, be better, man. You can have fun without drinking, I'm telling you, man. Y'all be good.
Yeah, that's really sad. That's a really sad message, but also uplifting at the same time. I've met so many people like this who've gone through liver cirrhosis, who are at the end stage of their alcoholism. And it is the saddest thing. I have watched so many documentaries about alcoholism and people in the last stages of their life due to this disease, and it is the saddest thing to watch, because they're no different from me. They are no different from me. Sorry, I'm like really emotional right now. But they're no different from me. And that was me to a certain extent. Towards the end of my drinking, I had really glassy eyes, and my stomach was always swollen. Like my legs were really skinny, my arms were skinny, my face was really skinny, but my stomach was always swollen. And I think it's because my organs were swollen. And my eyes would always be so glassy and hazy, and I would constantly just constantly shaking. And you can feel your body like starting to just break away. And when in the video he talked about how his wife, her eyes would be yellow and then green, it just makes me so upset, because that's alcoholism. And I'm just so grateful to be sober. And that's why I started this channel, and that's why I continue to share the message of hope, that if you are an alcoholic, you don't have to suffer alone anymore. You can get help. Go onto Google, type in 12-step program, look for a meeting on Zoom, an international meeting, wherever you are in the world right now. Look for an international meeting that is happening right now. Go into that meeting and get yourself some help. Like, it doesn't have to end this way. So the next video we're about to watch is of this woman who has been sober for 11 and a half days. And I'm really excited to see what she has to say about it. So let's check it out.
Hey, my name is Dagan. I am fighting for sobriety. I have been drinking for 2 years. I'm nearly 40. 2 years every day, all day. Hard liquor, tequila, vodka, champagne, pretty much the clear stuff. But if any of the dark stuff is floating in my face or at my house, I will be sure to drink that too, because of the problem that I have with it. I don't have to like it. I really don't care for the taste of it. I just like the way it makes me feel. There's nothing better than having hard liquor on an empty stomach and having that just wash over your body. It is very euphoric and exotic, and it is a feeling I can't seem to chase anywhere else yet. It's something new, and it is something my body really, really likes. My mind really, really likes. My mental health, not so much, because after doing this for a couple years, the depression and the anxiety gets enhanced pretty heavy when I come to. When that feeling's gone, or when I am not currently drinking. So here I am. I did not drink yesterday or today, so I'm 1.5 days sober. Yay me. Some of you might laugh about that, whatever, but that's huge for me. We have 1 day at a time. That's all we're only given 1 day at a time, and sometimes only 1 minute at a time. Those battles that I have to not drink, like I wanted to yesterday so badly. I wanted to go drive to get some liquor at the liquor store or go to the gas station. I was so tempted. My body was just shaking and jittery for it. It's so used to having alcohol running through my veins. But I'm trying, again, one day at a time, starting by no weekday drinking. I don't drink and drive either, but no drinking during the weekday. I think if I can start there, then eventually I can cut down my weekends and cut down even further. I say to myself in bed all the time that one day you will be sober. One day I will be sober. I will. Like, I know I will. And I can't wait for that day to happen, for me to be disciplined enough. I think the way my life is going right now, I'm getting more motivated. I'm taking more steps. I am seeing a therapist once a week now. I'm just making better choices and ways. Last week, yeah, I drank, but I didn't drink throughout the day. I just drank in the evening. So again, progression. I'm doing really good. So one day, everybody.
So she was actually 1.5 days sober, and my heart goes out to her. Absolutely, congratulations to her. 1.5 days sober for an alcoholic, for an addict, it's huge. I'm not laughing at her at all. I know exactly what that feels like. I know exactly what that means to get 1.5 days sober. It is so hard. It is so hard. And I'm incredibly proud of her honesty. Incredibly proud of her honesty. And for her to be able to put that out there into the ether, into the internet, so that someone like me could find it and be able to talk about it, I'm so grateful to her. Her honesty is key. I love that she talked about what alcohol does for her. You know, she's not trying to hide it anymore. You know, I don't drink, you know, just to forget or to do this or to do that. You know, the way I used to cover it up and just say, oh, I'm drinking to just, you know, be a lady. Well, I'm drinking just to, you know, be an adult. No, I'm drinking because I'm depressed, because I'm anxious, because my body doesn't know any better, because my body needs it. That's why I'm drinking. I'm drinking because my body needs it. I'm drinking for survival. I like the fact that she talked about, I can't do this, like, I can't see myself sober the whole way right now. I'm just doing this thing one day at a time. I like that. I like the fact that she also sees herself in the future to be sober. That's really important. Because where I was at, I never saw myself getting sober. I could not see myself as a sober person. I did not understand what that looked like at all. Like, no. I could not see myself living without alcohol. I did not know and I did not understand what that life looked like. I had to have alcohol at all costs. So I absolutely wish her luck. I wish her sobriety. It's an incredible journey to share online. And I get the feeling that she was being completely earnest and that she wants this and that she's willing to work for her sobriety, because in essence, that is what sobriety is. You have to work for it. You do the work. That's how you get sober. That's how you stay sober. You do the work. You do the work of surrendering. You do the work of being willing. You do the work of honesty. You do the work of inventories. You do the work of making amends. You do the work of cleaning house, looking inward, helping others, and having a spiritual program where you're constantly in conscious contact with God. That's the only way we stay sober, guys. This video actually, I'm just gonna put a trigger warning here. It is incredibly sad, incredibly difficult to watch. It is a man experiencing delirium tremens from alcoholism. Please be advised. Yeah, that was incredibly difficult to watch. I've been there. I've been that person shaking. In fact, when you first come to a 12-step meeting, someone will hand you half a cup of coffee And it will be half a cup because we can't hold a full glass of anything at that point. We spill everything. We spill everything. So half a cup of coffee, and we have to drink with both hands because we're shaking so badly. And at that point, and at that stage of alcoholism, the only cure would be another drink or immediate hospitalization so that you can be fully detoxed. Some of us didn't do that. You know, by the time you're there, your only options are like to go to a 12-step meeting and you detox without anything, which is incredibly dangerous. Detoxing from alcohol and withdrawing from alcohol can kill you. It can literally kill you. So normally what I would do when I was in that state is I would look for a lollipop, something sweet. I would look for Fanta orange and I'd throw up profusely. But at that point, my body would reject everything. It would reject even water. Water was so painful because it would just come up violently. I never used to eat anything because, especially if I ate something like rice or meat, it would come up so painfully. The rice would just scrape my insides coming up. So I wouldn't eat. The only things I could stand to eat after a couple of drinks was anything greasy or fatty. So eggs, fried eggs, chips was a good one. Greasy, fatty chips. Anything with a lot of salt. And maybe like some fried meat or something. But I would have to be drunk to eat. Yeah, I'd have to be drunk to eat. Or I'd have to have some sort of alcohol in my system to eat. So what that man was experiencing was delirium tremens, which I've gone through many times. And why an alcoholic drinks and why you keep asking me questions like, but why do you continue? Why did you continue to keep drinking? It's because I didn't want to get sick like that. Because when you've reached a certain point in your alcoholic career, when you're fully dependent on alcohol, if you don't have alcohol in your system, that is what happens to you. That is what I used to call a hangover. I'd be like that for 4 days, for 5 days, like that. Now, if I didn't want to experience that, because I did not want to experience that, I'd have to drink more. And the problem is that when I drank more, I couldn't control how much I drank. And the problem also is that my tolerance was also shot down. So when I did drink, what was 1 beer, what was 2 beers, which normally used to be nothing. I would feel nothing drinking 2 beers. All of a sudden, I would be drunk off of 2 beers. So now I've overshot the mark. I'm drunk again. I don't understand why I'm drunk. But you have to understand, alcohol was my medicine. I didn't want to become sick. And when I mean sick, I did not want to become like that man was looking, having delirium tremens, which is what I used to go through whenever I didn't have alcohol in my system. And that is the real reason why alcoholics continue to drink. If you feel like I have helped you, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, please share as much as possible. We are growing, guys. So please, please, please like, share, and subscribe. Until the next video, goodbye, guys.